How is everybody doing? My name is Dave,
And I'm John.
and we created this podcast. How come we made this podcast?
I mean, just to talk, give our ideas, our opinions, and what we think about literally anything.
I guess another good point is that people do things in their everyday life, like they have school, work. Sometimes they just sit at home and have nothing to do. We hope to kind of pass knowledge. Could be anything, even if it's just opinionated. I believe that entertainment comes with knowledge in any case, right?
Yeah. It's
So,
very interesting to...
So we really wish that somebody can get impacted in a positive way from, I guess, the things that we have to say. Also, just going to point out, this is our first podcast.
Yeah.
I think we've said that. So we made a list for this. So if you see that we're kind of looking down at the list, you know why.
So, we really don't, our budget is the lowest about for any podcast in the world right now. We just got 2 computers, mic that we're both using, and camera, an iPhone as a camera.
Yep.
But we hope if this podcast does as well as we want it to, and future podcasts, then we'll expand.
Yep.
But at the meantime,
I'm willing to make that investment. We were talking about doing a podcast for so long. Every time we're walking around outside or on the phone or even in person like now, we always come up with ideas and stuff like that we never end up documenting. We just say it and then we're like, oof, I wish we had a podcast to talk about these things. So here we are, I guess 3 or a little bit more so years later, doing this podcast for you guys.
Yeah. We don't really have a name for the podcast right now, but we hope to have one maybe while we're editing, or
it will come to us as soon as we
want it to.
Yeah, whenever we come up with
So we got 4 topics to talk about today. First topic is AI. What is why AI is good, why it's bad, what is AI?
Second topic is the thoughts. Oh wait, actually it's 3 today because the intro.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. There's 3 topics.
We're splitting it into, because YouTube, we're gonna do this thing on YouTube. So 3 topics, meaning the intro already counted as one. Also, this is our first one, so it's whatever. We're having 3 separate ones. So we have AI, as John said,
and
philosophical thoughts.
And then we're gonna have quiz time. I'm gonna ask Dave just 10 questions, and just check his knowledge, see if he's smart.
I'm actually scared. I haven't looked at this yet, so I don't know.
I feel like if this quiz time topic, whatever section is good, maybe we might have it as a bonus topic or section for every podcast. But this is just the beginning, so we'll see. But yeah.
So let's start to talk about our first topic.
So AI, it's good and bad. Here, before I say why it's good is bad, Dave, tell me what you think AI is.
So, well, it's artificial intelligence, obviously.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. But I don't know. I think it's overall beneficial, but it's kind of scary, what it's come to today, because I don't know if you look at those AI videos and stuff like that.
You don't know what is real and what isn't.
Exactly. It's kind of like, I don't know if you remember, a couple of years back there was a thing with or maybe it's still a thing now, with the cakes. They cut it and you don't know what's real, what's fake. This is kind of the hidden layer of these things going on today.
Yeah.
I don't know how to really put that into good words. But you don't know nowadays what's real and what's fake. But the benefits of this is, for example, when we made this podcast, we definitely asked AI for some help. But
which is also why it could also be bad. It takes away the creativity and the thoughts of
especially
people.
in the human body. It's all authentic when you come up with these ideas. But with the rise of AI and stuff like that, it's you're starting to become a little bit reliant on the devices
Yeah.
for ideas and stuff like that.
It's also like really bad for like schools, for students using it for homework to cheat. They're not using their own brains to work, and which could affect them.
That's another thing. It might impact our futures. The
Mm-hmm.
doctors.
Jobs could be lost because some
That's
jobs
another
are
thing.
already being lost
Yeah.
because they just use AI. Why would someone need to pay someone else to do it when they could just use a computer to do it for them?
It's kind of anticlimactic because we're kind of using AI right now.
Well, just to give us ideas, but
That's
we're
another thing. You know what I
tracking
saw.
this.
You know what I saw a few days ago. On YouTube guidelines, you have to say that you used AI to get.
Really?
Yeah, that's something that I actually recently found out. You have to tell people, like your audience, that you used help from AI in order to even stay monetized. That's the thing.
Also, why hasn't anybody came up with this before?
Yeah.
Like it's a good thing for, because like it could also help like help doctors create medicine and stuff like that. It can help ill person or a sick person who doctors may not have known. And like if it was like around like as it is now, like maybe like during 2020 during COVID, that maybe could have like changed society.
That or even earlier. I mean,
Yeah.
if you think about it, if it came out in the 90s or the 80s, well, I don't know, the internet wasn't really around in the 80s. It was maybe just speculation back in the 80s. In the 90s, it actually came out, the internet.
Tell us what you guys think about
Yeah.
AI. It will be, if we think it's like if you think what you said is like interesting, maybe we might point it out in the next podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for AI.
Okay. We're going to move on to the second section right now. The second topic we have, these are the philosophical thoughts. There's, of course, a lot of these. Everybody has different experiences. They all have certain questions that they ask themselves or others. And they're like, huh, that's actually pretty interesting. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So here's just a list of a few that we came up with. The first one that's on our list is, what is really real? So I came up with this question. I was actually in a philosophy class like a year ago or so, like that, and it's still kind of fresh. It's still kind of playing rent free in my head. So it's like, how do you know that this right here is actually here? I know that is probably a lot of people always talk about. Oh no, we're in a simulation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What are the chances of that actually being true?
I mean, it's like when you think about it, it kind of hurts your brain because like, is this real? Is this not? Because like I'm sitting on this chair. Is this? It's a chair. I'm sitting on it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But this is a pencil.
Yeah. This
I
is like,
I want to sit on this pencil.
Yeah.
Is this could this also be a chair?
Let me explain this. I got this. So, we were all taught in a way what a chair is, and what's a chair? You could sit on a chair. You can put stuff on a chair. Whatever. But I can also sit on a pencil. Does that mean that this pencil is a chair? That's something that my philosophy professor actually taught me. And I don't know. Moving forward in that class, I was always questioning like literally everything. Is this thing real? Is that thing not real? It was always like in my head. But I personally believe that everything is real. You know why? Because there's also like science and stuff like that to back these things up, such as plastic right here in my hand. It doesn't have to go to the extent of, but is it really? No. It's right here. I can see it. It's here. I'm sitting on a chair. I'm not floating in nowhere, obviously. Our minds are actually limited also, especially as a human being. We're like the most I guess intelligent species on the planet, but even we are limited.
Yeah, for sure. Top time. Time.
Oh.
Time. What is time? Who created time? When was it created? what did others think about time when it was created? Like, they probably thought the guy, whoever created it, I have no clue, probably thought it was crazy. Because,
Yeah.
like, and also, like, did he, like, I feel like he used the sun as, like, a time to make time. I
Yeah,
don't know.
you
Like,
know, even today also, I still see people go like in the
yeah,
sky.
like, they use time and, like, a compass to, like, see. I don't know, maybe that's how it was created, but it's really interesting.
Ooh, I have a little thing for John. He didn't hear about this before, and then this is the first time I'm bringing it up to him. So another thing I learned in my philosophy class. So it goes like this. So there's a man. We'll call him Smith. We'll call him Smith. So Smith is running late for work, and he is going into a train station.
All right.
He doesn't have a watch on, so he looks at the clock that's in the train station, and he sees that it's 3 o'clock, right? Does he? Oh wait, but the clock that's in the in the train station is broken. But he looks and it says 3 o'clock, and it actually is 3 o'clock. But does he know that it's 3 o'clock because the clock was broken? So, what are your thoughts?
So you're asking, he looks at a clock, it's wrong, it says it's 3, and he thinks it's 3. Is it really 3?
No, it is 3.
Oh, it is 3?
But the clock is broken.
Okay.
So that's kind of the point.
Then he wouldn't know what time it is.
Yeah, so right here it actually says, imagine a clock that is broken and stuck at 3. If someone asks what time it is, and the clock will be wrong most of the time. But twice a day it'll be correct. So it just happened to be that Smith looked at the clock right at the time when it was 3 o'clock. But was it like, did he get that knowledge? This question doesn't really have an answer. Still, I remember even from my philosophy class. But just thoughts?
I think he doesn't know what time it is.
That makes sense.
Because it's 3, but he thinks it's 3 because that time that he looked at said it was 3. But if he looks at another one, like, if he looks at that clock another time of the day, it's going to be wrong. So that clock is wrong. It just happened to be at that time
that it was
it was like right. But
so here was my this was my answer to this question. So it says 99% of the time it's gonna be
wrong.
Yeah, but that's not 100%. So in this very, very specific
moment
scenario in a moment, I think he does know that it is 3 o'clock, but he just got very, very lucky because again, it wasn't 100% incorrect. If he looked at the clock and it said 3 o'clock, then it's 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And if it really was 3 o'clock, then he got the knowledge that it's 3 o'clock. It was very. It's like on thin ice, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. What's next? We have.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Are you your mind or your body?
What do you think?
I think I'm my mind because my mind controls the body that my mind is in.
That's a good point. That's literally my
answer?
My answer as well. I mean, I know it's kind of like, oh yeah, I agree with you. That's it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go a little further into this. I'm going to say a lot of people actually might say it's your body because it's the body that grows with you and it's the body that you're also in. Your mind is part of your body. However, your mind is the only thing that pretty much stays intact if you really think about it, because think of like a ship, like a pirate and his ship. Let's say he had the ship passed down from generation to generation. The planks, like the wood that it was made with, basically gets switched because it gets mold or like cracks, so it gets changed little by little by little. So 100 years ago to 100 years later, which is like now, do you really think that's the same boat? Yeah, think about that. Think about that. Because everything, all the planks were eventually changed within the 100 years. So is it the same boat that it was 100 years ago? I don't think so.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it is.
That is why your body, while it changes, your brain kind of stays not the same. You grow like in different levels. Like there's different steps. Like you're a toddler, you're whatever infant, toddler, and then you grow up a little bit. That's how it works. So yeah, I also believe that the mind is who you really are. I mean, honestly, we can continue talking about this.
Yeah, for like a long time, but
let's keep this one very simple.
Yeah.
Okay. Free will. It's another topic. So free will.
Do we have it?
Well, we live in America. So
let's say we didn't live in America.
I guess to an extent, yes. Because there's always going to be that higher entity to tell us what to do. Like a police or something like that. You know? Even a police follows orders of somebody. And I bet you that person follows orders of somebody else. So we as the average people, I would say we have free will to some extent. Like, I don't know. There's laws in different places. But do we really control what we do? I don't know. I mean, I guess, yeah. Like, let's say I'm sitting here right now, right?
I feel
and I picked up this pencil. Or I picked up this water bottle and I turned the cap to open it. Nobody else told me to do that. I chose to do that.
But it also really depends on where you are. Like, for example, here I took out my phone and I'm watching a YouTube video. When I'm at school and in the middle of like a class, I take out my phone and I'm watching a YouTube video, but I'm not allowed to do that.
I mean, it's still kind of free will. Because
correct, but then I'm violating whatever rule that school had in place. That
I actually wonder if free will tampers around with like rules and stuff like that. Let's say like you're in a movie theater and you yell in the middle of like watching a movie. Like there's certain things like in the movie theater there's etiquette. Like I think we talked about this earlier.
It's like it really depends on like the
place you're
environment around you.
Like let's say I don't know, you're in like a very serious spot, like a funeral or like in court or something like that. You can't just get up and go and yell. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I guess it's still free will. No, I dimmed my computer.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Actually, yeah, here.
Okay. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much what we had in store for today.
For the philosophies topic.
Let's go
to the quiz time. Yeah. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
10 questions. Question 1.
I also have to be talking to the mic, so.
Which planet has the most moons?
Jupiter. Saturn.
Correct. 1 for 1.
Yes.
Where is the strongest human muscle located?
It's the foot, no? Like the thigh.
It's the jaw.
How?
That's what it says. How many bones do we have in an ear?
In an ear?
Yeah.
Is it 1?
It's 3.
3 bones in the ear?
Yeah. But it's probably like on the, like right here. I don't know. It's probably.
It's cartilage. It's not like.
It's not like the outside.
Yeah.
What is the only continent with land in all 4 hemispheres?
Continent with land in all 4 hemispheres. I actually don't know. Is it shoot. The one on the bottom. Wait, not Antarctica. Antarctica is its own island, kind of.
It's a continent.
It's a continent.
Are you gonna say Antarctica? Or like,
I was gonna say Australia.
It's Africa.
Africa?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're right.
You're 1 for 4.
Oh my god.
How many dots appear on a pair of dice?
Okay, 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. That's gonna be. Was it like 46?
42.
I'm still
Yeah.
1 for
5.
1 for 5, chat.
Where did sushi originate? Should be an easy one.
Japan.
Yeah.
Yes.
2 for 6.
Yeah, I'm totally nailing this one right now.
What artist has the most streams on Spotify?
Ed Sheeran.
Drake. What year was the first iPhone released?
2007.
Yeah. 3 out of 8. All right. Which country has won the most World Cups?
I don't know this one actually. Yeah, this is the one where this is where we start going a little downhill. I was gonna say Argentina.
Brazil.
Of course. It's so cultural.
3 for 9. Okay, now last question, number 10. How many hearts does an octopus have?
4.
3.
Wow, I can't believe
3
that.
for 10, 30%. So this guy is dumb as hell. No, I'm kidding. I probably would have got like 3 also, right? Or
Don't
4.
worry, we'll get him in the next one. We'll get him good in the next one. If you guys want, never mind. I was gonna say like comment down below, but then you could also see the comments and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So I guess was that it for podcast 1? Anything else you want to like add or say anything? Because this was the third topic, but the fourth like timestamp. But I don't know. You want to talk about something else? We could do just like a mini segment or something. If not, it's okay. We're good to go. We're good to go. I think we'll keep it real.
I think we've said everything we need to for the first podcast. I don't want it to be too much, too little. It's just the first podcast. Maybe it is too much. Maybe our other podcasts are gonna be less time on each per topic. But we'll just see how this goes.
And that was a success, I guess. But again, like I said, we're gonna keep it real with you guys. We will come up with a name for the podcast really soon. Honestly, keep it real.
Yeah,
keep it real. But that's just a.
We will let you guys know.
Yeah.
What our
we'll drop a
name
community. We'll drop a community post on it, or we'll just announce it in the second podcast. But within the next video, you will definitely already have an answer.
Maybe this video. We might not know.
I mean, yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. While we're editing it, we'll try to come up with one.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the meantime, this concludes our first podcast. Leave a comment below what we could fix, what we did good, so we could continue doing it. But yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about like everything. We'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, we actually haven't mentioned. So me and John don't always see each other, but we will try our best to stay in touch depending on how successful this first video becomes. I really hope that a lot of people kind of like catch this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hopefully.
So with that being said, you guys, our first podcast is complete. Peace.
We got a name for a podcast. We think this is it, but go. Success
is key.
Success is going to be our new podcast name, and yeah, we just hope that this
will be going into the video.
Yeah, it's going to be at the end of the video. We hope this podcast is going to do great things.
Yep.
All right. Peace for the second time again.
Success podcast 1 complete.